All right. What strategies do you use to communicate effectively with your team and stakeholders? I don't have a ton of, strategies. I've been to workshops before and conferences, and they've had like sessions where they talk about this sort of thing. Um, and they're useful. I've never really gotten a ton out of it, but what I do is I like to be very straightforward. Okay, I like to keep my approach to communication simple, and then I take ownership. Okay. Those three things. Being straightforward and keeping it simple are very closely related, but it's that you communicate clearly. I don't know how many times I've been in meetings where someone is sort of beating around the bush, where they're not being straightforward about what they want or what they need, or they won't say it, like they're afraid to hurt everybody's feelings or something. And I've never really understood that. Um, and I'm not giving you permission, and I'm not saying you need to be a jerk. You need to be, the boss. BAWSE. I don't think you need to do that. I think you can be straightforward at the same time. You can be straightforward and simple at the same time. I mean, if something needs to be done, it needs to be done, and you need to say that, hey, this thing needs to be done by this time, and I think you should do it, or I think I should do it, or I think we should do it this way. And that's where your humility comes in, to then be able to, listen and adapt your plan and all that stuff. But like, you do need to be straightforward about it. And it does drive me crazy when people aren't straightforward. And then along with that, when I communicate externally, um, like say something as simple as sending an email, I will write it very clearly. I will write it in a sentence or two, right? I've worked with people that they'll send you like a whole book, and I will tell you right now, I won't read it. I'll just file it away, and I'll wait till I talk to you in person, because it's probably too much. Um, because that's just ridiculous. Now, another thing is, like, you ever gotten those emails that someone's like, they're like, please address is like all they write you, but then it's part of like a 12 email forward string, you know? Um, that's not effective communication, right? That is not being clear. That is leaving a lot of things up to interpretation. And that is also sending the message that you who are sending it, and if you're in the position to send people an email about something that they have to do, that means you're a leader. And if you're doing something like that, you're being lazy. You're not taking ownership. Taking ownership is reading that thing, like congealing out what needs to be done, and then saying, "Hey, Gene, I need you to do this thing. What do you think?" Um, or whatever color commentary you might want to add if necessary. That's being a leader. That's what I mean by taking ownership. That's an example. Another thing is, you know, assuming things can get you in trouble too. So anytime you feel that pull or that tug to where you're just assuming something, you might need to be straightforward about it and bring it up. It doesn't take much. Okay.